Brandy, have you ever, with a client, when you start looking for luxury real estate in Cancun's hotel zone, thinking that you were gonna find these really contemporary, elevated beachfront residences, and then once you actually are touring the properties, you realize that the true beachfront is not that new construction. You know, they a lot of the buildings there are 20 years old. The architecture feels a little bit outdated, and even obviously you have the direct ocean views, and it's beautiful. Yes, sometimes it doesn't fully give you that luxury experience that many buyers are envisioning. So tonight we wanted to show you guys the newer side of luxury developing happening in the hotel zone of Cancun. Really beautiful contemporary projects that give you that hotel lifestyle, because many of other newer projects are located in other areas, which is not the hotels, or maybe Puerto Cancun or so. So people that want to be very close to the beach, in the middle of everything happening, you know, all the beautiful restaurants, bar, etc., in the hotel zone, but with newer architecture and more intentional design. For example, the Marina lifestyle, which is a thing many people only think about ocean, but there's a lot of activities in the lagoon too, right? Open views, elevated amenities. So this is what we're gonna see tonight. Welcome everybody to our 16th live. We are gonna show you three incredible luxury projects in the hotel zone. And for those of you who don't know us yet, I'm Carla Torres. I'm the CEO and founder of Cancun Real Estate, and with me is Brandy Fry. We are both certified real estate agents here in Riviera Maya. We're also investors. So every week we are here showing you the best opportunities in Riviera Maya. Okay. So before we go and see each project, I want you to see a little bit about what Cancun is like right now, 2026. Here we go. So it's just a very, very short video just to understand. So at the end, Cancun has everything. You have hospitals, large shopping centers, international schools, luxury hotels, restaurants. Wait, is it moving? Here. Yeah, restaurants, everything that you want for full-time living or long-term, the long-term comfort if you want to come and visit, for example. So over the last several years, Cancun has also become increasingly recognized as one of the more luxury-focused destinations in Mexico, because a lot of luxury brands, hospital groups, and developers are actively establishing themselves right here. Especially right now, they are looking at the hotel zone. That's really nice. Another thing people really love about Cancun is obviously the beach, guys. We all know that the beach has this pristine baby blue color that you cannot find it anywhere.
It's iconic.
It's iconic. The reality, if we compare all of the beach destinations in Quintana Roo, the color is my favorite. It's like crystal clear blue. And one of the best things about this ocean is that because it's in the north on Sargasso season, it's actually the destination that gets less Sargasso. We can say that it's like 1/10 of what everybody else gets. So that's why there's still a lot of investment, and I have really, really good faith on how the Cancun is developing. And well, let's start. No, let's start. What other thing that I wanted to tell? Okay, something very important also to say is obviously the Cancun airport, right?
Yes.
Millions of visitors all year, very well connected. So in any case, you have to travel very fast. The Cancun airport is right there. All right, Brandy. So let's start with the first project, which I'm very excited because this one, it's very close for delivery. So anyone that is looking for something that it's tangible, it's this one.
This is the one.
Let's go and see it. Let's start.
Okay, so with the first project we're starting with is one of the most internationally branded projects currently under construction in Cancun's Hotel Zone, and that is the Mondrian Hotel and Residences Cancun. And honestly, this one feels a little bit different from a traditional condo development. This is much more hospitality driven, art driven, lifestyle driven luxury. The entire Mondrian brand globally is heavily centered around design, art, culture, food, atmosphere, and experience. So this isn't trying to feel minimal or generic. The whole concept is meant to feel curated and elevated. And one thing that's important to understand right away is that this is a branded residence product, which is very different from just buying a condo in a random tower. Mondrian itself already has properties in places like Los Angeles, Miami, Hong Kong, Seoul, Singapore, and Mexico City. And this Cancun location is actually being positioned as the flagship Mondrian for Latin America. So the branding and identity behind the project is a major part of what people are buying into here. The project itself is located inside Grand Island in Cancun's Hotel Zone.
Let's see what happened here. Yeah, Grand Island. We're going to see in the image, but something happened with the video, Brandy. Let's see. Right there. Okay.
Yeah? Okay.
Uh-huh.
So one of the biggest advantages of this area specifically is how open and expansive it feels. So Grand Island spans over 23 hectares. So instead of being squeezed between neighboring towers, you get these really wide open sight lines over the lagoon, the golf course, the marina. You have vegetation and the ocean. And visually, it's honestly one of the most prettiest parts of Cancun because you have all these layers of color happening. You have the turquoise Caribbean water in the distance. You have the darker changing tones of the lagoon. You have the bright greens of the golf course and mangroves. And all of this just absolutely lights up during a sunset. And this side of Cancun is genuinely known for some of the best sunsets in the hotel zone because it reflects all of the light across the water.
Give me just 1 second, Brandy, because I just want to be in the correct spot right here.
Okay. So the project itself is divided into both
Yes.
hotel and residential components. So the first 5 floors are operating as the hotel portion, and then the residential units begin on the upper floors. So in total, the hotel will have 566 hotel keys, while the residential components consist of 317 branded residents. And buyers actually have flexibility depending on how they want to use the property. So some residents can participate in the hotel rental program and be professionally managed through the hotel operation, while others are more traditional residential ownership. So if someone wants fully hands-off management, hotel operated rental income, concierge service, housekeeping, maintenance, butler services, room service, and all of that hospitality infrastructure already built in, that option exists. But if somebody wants to self-manage long-term or use the property primarily for themselves, that's possible too.
Uh-huh.
And honestly, that's the flexibility is something a lot of buyers really care about because not everybody wants the same ownership structure.
Yeah.
Another thing that I think is important to mention is that the developer behind the project is Grupo Marina, which has been around for over 20 years and has completed over 20 residential developments and multiple hotels across Mexico's beach markets. And the interiors and hospitality design were done by
Filipao Nunez, which is a very well-known
throughout the Riviera Maya.
throughout Mexico.
Yes. So overall, it definitely feels like a professionally branded hospitality product versus an independent condo tower trying to imitate that experience. So now when we start looking at the amenities, this is honestly where the project starts to feel more like a luxury resort than just a residential building. There's 5 pools throughout the project. So you have a rooftop infinity pool, you have ground floor pool, you have just a hotel pool, you have a resident only pool, there's going to be water slides. I'm going to rapid fire through the amenities because there's a lot. So you're going to have a spa and wellness center, a gym, a co-working space, restaurants, a rooftop sky lounge, bars and lounges throughout, private beach club, marina access, pickle and paddleball courts, a kids club, concierge, valet, room service, housekeeping, and of course, hotel services operating 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that I actually really like is that owners have access to the private Murano Beach Club, which is fully owned by the developer itself, not a third-party ownership.
Actually, we're gonna see the beach club in a moment. But yes, it is very, very complete, this project.
100%. So residents will be getting priority access and transportation included from the hotel, and at the where is our little beach club? And at the beach club, you'll have private pool areas, food and beverage service directly to the loungers, and it's just an all-around full beach club experience.
That is very important, Brandy, because sometimes in the hotel zone you could be on the second line because there's also, and you don't even have an access, right? So here you have both, best of both worlds. You have amazing unobstructed views to the lagoon, as you were saying. I love the party of colors that we have here. You know, the different colors of green, the different colors of blue, the sky, you know, everything. And that is one of the benefits that gives you being on this amount of hectares, around 23 hectares of the Grand Island, where you have the golf course, because you don't have the buildings all attached to each other, you know, one besides the other. So, and having all of that, plus having the beach club that it's only 2 minutes away in car. You could even go walking. We're gonna see the you look at the color of the ocean in Cancun.
Yes, and I think another important thing to mention here while we're taking a look at the structure, like you mentioned,
There's the beach club.
it is well along way, almost ready for delivery.
Yes.
Okay, so here we are looking, and that beautiful blue water. This is where you would have that full beach club experience.
Yeah, have a deep. Oh my God.
Okay, so now let's actually get into the layouts and pricing, because this project definitely spans multiple buyer profiles depending on budget.
Mm-hmm.
And a quick humble brag here, Amor Real Estate were actually the first brokers that had access to this new showroom.
Yes, because this is the North Tower. The North Tower is gonna be like six months away from delivery, so they didn't even have the showroom ready yet. As you can see, you don't have the rug or the table on the living room, but this is what I could get for you guys, of course, to have the first information.
Okay, so the standard 1-bedroom type A units range from approximately 79 to 100 square meters, or about 850 to 1,075 square feet. Those currently start around 592,000 USD, and they go up roughly to 750 USD depending on the floor orientation and layout.
So starting price around 592.
Yes.
Okay.
Then there is a A1 layout, which is honestly probably one of the more interesting floor plans, because it can either function as a very spacious 1-bedroom, or it can be converted into a compact 2-bedroom.
Look at those views from the terraces to the lagoon, because obviously you have two options, either having lagoon views or beach views. I truly love the lagoon views.
They're beautiful. So for the A1 options, those range approximately from 94 to 129 square meters, or around 1,010 to 1,388 square feet. Pricing here currently ranges from about 705 USD up to 967 USD. And then once you move into the type B layouts, you're looking at a true luxury residential sizing. I'm going to keep going while Carla fixes the video. So those are ranging from 140 to 186 square meters, or around 1,507 to just over 2,000 square feet. Pricing there is starting at around 1 million and goes up to approximately 1.39 million USD. And from there, you get to move into the penthouses where you will be entering ultra luxury territory. So those are ranging from approximately 489 to 680 square meters, which is roughly 5,260 to over 7,300 square feet. And pricing ranges there from approximately 3.8 million up to 7 million, depending on the unit. Another thing worth mentioning is that the residences are delivered with the Mondrian style finishes and furnishing packages, but the structure actually depends on how you plan to use the property. So like I mentioned before, if you're purchasing a unit that will participate in the hotel rental pool, then it does need to follow the Mondrian finishings and design standards so that everything remains cohesive with the hotel experience and branding throughout the property. But if you're purchasing one of the more residential style ownership units outside of the hotel program, then you have a much more flexibility to personalize and design the residence however you'd like. And honestly, I think that's a really smart setup because it allows them to maintain the integrity of the Mondrian brand and hospitality experience while still giving residents and owners flexibility if they're primarily using the property for themselves. So the big takeaway here overall with this project is that it is very much a branded luxury, hospitality driven, art and design focused, resort infrastructure, and hotel zone lifestyle. And for the buyer who wants that kind of experience in Cancun, this project is honestly positioned perfectly.
I know, I love it. And you said who Mondrian comes from, right?
Yes.
Okay, from Accord Group, which is the third most important hotel group in the world. They are French. They are the ones that own Fairmont, Rosewood, all of the luxury hotel brands. So it is something really interesting that you will have that kind of administration, and that people that will be in the hotel will be of a will be of really, I don't know how to say it in English to not sound weird, but like high class people, and some people like it too. All right, so BGNP5YC, please tell us your name, but you are asking, what about the golf access? Well, you have it right there on your feet. So actually, you do have a preferential
That's right.
cost, no? Which is gonna be only $100 for the green fee, and that will give you access to the golf course, to a golf cart, to food, beverage. So it's gonna be really nice. So at the end, it's come here so that we can see on Instagram. We have to be very together. So at the end, I really like this project. It is very well. The developers are very well known. You have amazing views, and it is and in terms of certainty, if you want something that you know that it's going to be delivered soon on time, look at the construction. It's very well, it's very well advanced. And what we saw there is, the rooftop that we saw that it didn't have the blue pool yet, that is the building. So that is something that it's like investment protected. Okay. All right, send us more questions if you have. We will respond them all. All right, so let's go to the next project.
Second one.
Yes, this one is actually, guys, we're still in the hotel zone again, and we are again in one of the most unique parts of the hotel zone because it is the Grand Island again. Actually, the last building that we saw is just next to each other. So it spans about 23 hectares. So there's a lot of more open feeling throughout the community instead of being obviously boxed besides, neighbors where towers are just next to each other. So the entire view is beautiful. As you can see, these really expansive sidelines. So you can see the lagoon, the golf course, ocean, marina, vegetation. Visually, the views are incredible. I really love them. Again, you have access to the Grand Island Golf Course, and you obviously have, you know, the bright Caribbean blues. So this building is a pre-sale, guys, just beside the Mondrian Hotel project that we just saw. So in this area, we didn't see the sunsets, a sunset video on the other video on the other project, but this one, look at this, guys, like it is incredible. The lagoon reflects all of the light across the water, so it's actually like a rendering, and it is a real picture taken. So even though that everybody always talks about ocean views in Cancun, lagoon facing properties can actually end up having some of the most dramatic evening views in the entire hotel zone. Now, specifically with the Grand Island, okay, this is called, hold on, this project is called Bayview Grand. Okay, it feels very different from a lot of the inventory we usually see. It feels like a private lifestyle also. One of the biggest things that immediately stands out in this project, obviously, are the amenities. Okay, we have everything, paddle courts, everything that you saw in the videos right there. So you are getting the beach access to, because you do have the access to the beach club that we saw. Okay, right there. It is a very beautiful beach club owned by the same developer, and it is the same developer as the project that we just saw. Right there, you can see the beach access, and well, you also have, you know, the access to the marina. You will see it. You will see it in a drone video. So in terms of amenities, you have the beach club that you were seeing this here with a beautiful, that day there was a cloud, but those are the colors right there. You have a rooftop infinity pool, wellness center, you have spa and hydrotherapy, you have co-working spaces, restaurants, a piano bar even, Brandy, come on. You have cinema and gaming spaces. You also have a golf simulator if you want to, right there. You have tennis and pickleball courts, concierge, ballet también also, marina access, and what else do you want? What else really? You have everything here, you see? This project is all, as I told you, is developed by the same group that has many years of experience, and it has an architectural team that has delivered over 1,000 luxury projects throughout beach destinations in Mexico. So from a buyer confidence standpoint, this doesn't feel like an unknown developer situation. You have the example that just beside it, you already have a construction made specifically by them. So for someone who is looking for a second home in Mexico, or someone maybe semi-retired, some like digital nomad, wanting like this kind of elevated lifestyle, or maybe boating enthusiasts or investors, this is something that can be really good, because actually for investors this could be used as Airbnb condo. This doesn't have like a specific hotel administration, so that's something that many people will appreciate too. Okay, something I really like is that the interior, we're gonna see it here, feel very contemporary. There's lots of natural wood tones, stone finishes. You have oversized terraces, as you can see here. Obviously, floor to ceiling glass. Look at the livable terraces. I love them, and the views. Now, let's go into the actual layouts and pricing, because I think this is where people start understanding the value a little bit more. Here, what we're seeing is a showroom that was done on the building just besides that the developer created. So you can see a little bit of the, you know, finishes that they are using. But for example, the one bedroom units start around the 93 square meters total, which is just over 1,000 square feet. Okay. Pricing for one bedroom currently start around the mid to high 400,000 range, depending on the view and the layout. So this one is one of the most affordable projects right now in the hotel zone. And right here we can see where the location is. Look at the colors of the lagoon. People like don't really
I feel like
get
it's,
hyped about it, but look at it.
it is beautiful. I feel like it's breathtaking every time I see it.
And now let's talk a little bit about the two bedroom layouts. They now start to feel like true residences rather than condos because they are huge. Okay. They currently start around the $700,000 depending on the configuration or the orientation. Right now, what we're seeing in the screen, this one is a one bedroom one. Okay. So, however, here in the one bedroom, you can easily, absolutely see someone, comfortably living here full time for sure. Now, the three bedroom units become more and more luxury oriented in both scale and layout, with larger terraces and more entertaining space. And obviously, you are more into the corners, like stronger waterfront positioning.
Mhm.
And once you move into the penthouses, you're getting private rooftop spaces, private pools, and over, guys, 439 square meters, which is just around
4,700
square feet, which is huge, right? It's
Sí.
huge. It's like a house, right? So for sure, you are in the ultra luxury territory with those penthouses. One of the strongest visual selling points in the entire project is the rooftop infinity pool. We all see it right there, right there. You can see it because you can see the lagoon, the marina, the sunset. The sunsets here, really, you saw the picture. You saw the video. They are impressive. And well, that's about it.
What do you think?
What do you think for a pre-sale? People really, I think it depends on what people want. If you want something that you can move in fast, 6 months, well, you have the last one from the same developer that we just saw, the Mondrian residences, or this one, the delivery date, this is going to be around 2029.
Mhm.
Okay, so you will have time to pay it and also to prepare yourself for your moving lifestyle here in the Riviera Maya. We have a few comments. Bill, all right, I own a condo near kilometer 4, so I'm looking for another property that can use golf as well for guests. Amazing. Okay, Bill, I'm gonna ask you something. Please go ahead and scan this QR code as well as this one. I'm gonna put you two QR codes right here. Okay, something happened. I don't know
Just
what.
one.
Just one. But go ahead, chat with us, send us an email, and also in the comment section, I'm gonna put you some our contact. So guys, something happened here in the video that I cannot even click on anything.
Oh no.
Yes. Something happened.
Do you have to take this off maybe?
No, but let's talk a little bit about the other project. What do you think? Because we cannot do anything right now. It never happened before. So send us the questions from the last live that the questions that of the last live that we didn't answer. Maybe Brandy in between.
Okay. Bill, do you see us?
We are back. We're back. Something
back?
happened with the computer. We are back. Yes. I'm just gonna upload the other video that we were missing. Okay, guys. Responding to your question,
So
Bill.
the question before we got cut off there, a question that we often get from clients, and we've seen a couple of times during the lives, is if you need to speak Spanish, be fluent in Spanish, to live here full time, or to spend a lot of your time here. Now, obviously, I came from Canada. When I first arrived, the extent of my Spanish was hola, cerveza, and por favor. So when I moved, I did not know any Spanish. I would say that you definitely can get by without knowing Spanish.
100%.
Google Translate becomes your best friend. But I do think it is the right thing, especially when moving to a different country, when you don't speak the language, to do your best to learn. I will say that I did join Spanish school that I will go to weekly, and I'm trying my best. But in the meantime, you definitely can get by without speaking the language.
Exactly, guys. Again, something happened, but we're here. Okay, so yes, Brandy, at the end, people here speak English all the time. Like, we are completely accustomed to that. And in a moment, we're going to have our next project. So in between these next projects, let's answer another question.
Sure, I would love to.
All right, let's go.
Okay, let me pull.
Please don't go, guys. Okay, please don't go. We're still here, okay?
We still have a really great project to share.
And a great audience that's still here. Is it you and your mom or what? All right, let's go to our next project. Are you ready, Brandy?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Yes, let's go. Let's.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so the final project tonight. This one is called One Laguna Residences and Marina Club, which is located directly in La Isla in Cancun's Hotel Zone. So this project has a little bit of a different feel. This one is leaning much more into refined residential luxury and marina.
Hold on. Yes, right there.
Marina style living. So for anybody who knows Cancun well, La Isla is considered one of the most established and luxury-focused areas within the hotel zone. So you're surrounded by high-end shopping, restaurants, beach clubs, hotels, marina access, and honestly, everything is right there at your fingertips. But what really is setting this project apart from the other developments in Cancun is the positioning directly on the lagoon with private marina access. And honestly, that's something that all of these projects we've talked about tonight have in common. They're located on the lagoon. So like we've already mentioned, here you get these really expansive open views. You get that marina lifestyle, incredible sunsets, and a much calmer waterfront atmosphere overall, while still being incredibly close to the beach and all of the hotel zone amenities. And visually, this project has a really beautiful concept. The architecture was intentionally designed to feel almost like boats floating out from the mangrove shoreline, and you can actually see the softness and curvature throughout the towers themselves. So instead of harsh rectangular towers, everything feels fluid, curved, organic, and very connected to the water. And one thing that I personally really appreciate is that this project feels luxurious without trying too hard. The palette is softer, warmer, calmer. You have lots of creams, woods, curved lines, natural textures, and oversized terraces that face the water. The whole project feels very yacht club inspired. The developer behind this project also has a very strong luxury and hospitality background within Cancun, so it is definitely very intentional and a well-executed concept. So when we get into the actual residences, this project is definitely operating in the luxury category. Some of the entry-level residences start around 164 square meters, or approximately 1,775 square feet. Those are currently priced around the high 700 USD range, depending on the floor and layout. Then once you move into the 2-bedroom corner residences, those are around 176 square meters or just over 1,900 square feet. And pricing there is sitting around the low to mid 900 USD range, depending on availability. The majority of the tower is actually made up of very spacious 3-bedroom residences, and those range from approximately 246 to 268 square meters, which is roughly 2,650 to almost 2,900 square feet. So pricing there currently starts at 1.2 million USD and climbs upward depending on the floor, orientation, and whether it is a corner residence or not. Then, once you move into the 4-bedroom residences and penthouses, you're entering that ultra luxury territory. The penthouses go all the way up to over 1,177 square meters, which is over 12,600 square feet. And honestly, at that level, these start feeling more like private waterfront residences in the sky than a traditional condo.
It's true. Look at those colors, Brandy.
Beautiful. I love it. I love that palette. So the amenities here are also very lifestyle focused. Again, there's a ton of amenities in this project, so I'm going to just quickly fire them off to you. You're going to have Marina Club and Lounge. You're going to have lagoon front pools, a spa and wellness area, a fitness center, a juice bar, co-working spaces, gaming room, a child's playroom, concierge services, marina access, and you got that whole boat lifestyle integrated into it all.
Exactly. Let's go and see more or less where we were. So a ton of amenities. Like that's one of the things that I love of these new developments is that you don't have to go out of your
Never have to leave.
Never. Look at all you have.
Okay, so another thing that's important to mention about this project is that it actually consists of 2 towers. So you have the Marina Tower and then you have the Isla Tower. Right now, the tower currently being commercialized is the Marina Tower.
Yeah, so that is the image of the lot. So it's gonna be the one that is just in front of the lagoon.
Yes. Okay, so sorry, and the absorption of this project so far has been really strong. Units have been selling quite quickly, especially once buyers are actually understanding the location and the view. So this here, what we're looking, I think we're stuck. But this is the Marina Tower that is currently being sold.
Yes.
So in this area of the hotel zone, the surrounding construction height is actually quite limited. So most of the neighboring structures around the project are only going to be a few stories tall. So you're going to have great views from every single level.
Yeah, so you have, for example, on the north, you have that lagoon paradise view that you saw, okay? Mm-hmm. Then on the east, you will have this 4-level building, which is a parking space. So when you are at the 5th level and up, you have great views. And then south and east, you have the La Isla Residential, where you will find houses, single-family homes that are 1, 2, or 3 levels max, and you will see all of the lagoon, and then you will have also ocean views. Also from the east, you have ocean views. So that is really good. And something interesting also to the south, you're just 1 minute away from the new bridge that will connect you directly to downtown Cancun to go for whatever you want, groceries, other hospitals, or whatever thing that you need from downtown. I just passed this week. This past week is when they opened, and I'm so excited. And you get to downtown in like, I don't know,
super fast.
7 minutes or so, when before you had to go like either one way or the other. Now there's 3 entrances to the hotel zone, and that's something that I love.
100%. So again, in all, this property is perfect for full-time residents looking for luxury, snowbirds, of course, boating enthusiasts, and families.
Of course. Now, guys, what did you think about this? Very, very interesting projects. One that is completely almost ready for delivery, and the other two are also more or less towards the same year. It's going to be 2029 that they're going to be delivered. All of them are backed by really good, well known developers that you can see their projects already done in different parts of Mexico. They have really good reputation. And one of the best things is that you, in the pre-sale projects, you have time to pay and like to prepare
Yeah,
yourself.
another thing we didn't really mention throughout was with any pre-sale project, you often have different payment schemes available for different discounts. So that's always an option as well.
Uh-huh. Let's see if we have any other questions.
Perfect. And also, we've never done Cancun before. This is our first live presenting in Cancun. So make sure you let us know in the comments which property was your favorite.
What is your favorite destination? It says Brandy in all of Riviera Maya.
They're asking. I mean, I'm a little bit partial to Tulum where I live. I love Tulum. I love the small town feel. I love the large sense of community that's here. But then it is also no secret that I'm a huge lover of Puerto Morelos.
I know you love it. I actually do have some love for that, even though that I live here in Tulum, also in the south. I lived in Playa del Carmen too. I'm very, very attracted to live also in Cancun. We go super often, obviously, to go and see all the projects. We've been here for years, so we know all the area, and I love Cancun.
Yeah.
I've thought a lot about going to live there, or maybe like for families and stuff. Maybe when I get married and have kids and all of that, I think I would be living there for sure. And it's very, very well connected.
Super accessible.
And it is very well known around the world. If you're also interested in renting your unit when you're not here. So overall, I love it. We're gonna be posting more on this destination. I'm gonna see if next week we're gonna do Costa Mujeres, or Isla Mujeres too, which is something that our clients are actually asking us for, or we're gonna do like interesting another kind of video. We're gonna see, but stay tuned. Subscribe to our channel. You know, guys. Here I'm gonna put here our webpage, as you know, so you can contact us there. And then here you can go and chat with us directly. Let's see if we can have it here. This is the problem. Okay, guys. See you. Nice to see you, and see you in our next live.
Bye.
Here's the QR. Here's the QR. So you can chat with us by WhatsApp. Bye-bye.
Bye.